Hi guys, sitting outside knitting just a little bit on some socks. Beautiful weather, so I decided to come outside while the kids were playing outside and sit on my glider and knit just a little bit. That's the reason I look a mess like I do. It's early, it's in the morning. And what happens? The children stop playing, and then I have not one, but two sitting in the glider, along with two of our lovely creatures. And when you have a tail in your lap, it's hard to knit because his tail keeps flopping around. This is the life of animals and children. Hi y'all, welcome back to the Crafty Kara podcast. We're in a different area today. We're in my bedroom. It is Sunday, July 10th, so my whole family's home. You might hear them in the background. Got the door shut and locked, so hopefully no one will come banging on the door. We've got some things we've got to do today, so I decided to record in here. And if there is shaking, I do have you guys sitting on the bed. And my old cat is he's almost 13. He's trying to come over here and see what I'm doing because I'm talking to myself. Leave my notes alone. You want to see him? Kitty. Come here. Let me get him. Hold on. This is my old boy. This is Ashley. We thought Ashley was a girl when we got him, but Ashley was a boy. And trying to get my oldest at the time was 2 to change his name to Smokey from Ashley. It didn't work. So his name is Ashley. He's old. His teeth are gone on one side. His eye's blind. But he's my boy. He's trying to see what I'm doing. Okay, get down. So he may jump up on the bed. I'm hoping it doesn't shake too terribly much. And I'm like right against the bed next to my nightstand. So I'm hoping I don't bump it too much. Okay, so it's been 2 months since I've seen you guys. I've got a lot to talk about. Crafting kind of gets put to the side on certain things. We do a lot of stuff outdoors and different types of crafts and different types of things with the family. So my knitting gets kind of put on the side a little bit because I'm doing stuff with the family. It's summertime. I've seen a lot of podcasters talk about their summer hours. Mine are definitely crazy. So I don't know. Hopefully podcasts will go up at least once a month. I was horrified when I realized I hadn't done one in nearly 2 months. I was like, oh, I've got to put a podcast out. And then I started writing down what I wanted to talk about. So there's a lot. But I will try to keep myself slowed down because I know I talk really fast when I have a lot to talk about. First of all, let's start with thank yous. Thank you to everyone that is watching and that has subscribed and keeps coming back and watching my podcast. I do really appreciate it. It makes me excited when I see I've got a new follower. And on Instagram, when someone requests to follow me, it just makes me, I'm like, really? They like me that much? I was like, oh, okay, that's cool. So that makes me feel extra special when I see that come up, especially since I haven't podcasted in a little while. So let's start with my finished objects. Now, mind you, I've been busy, but I've only got 2 finished objects. One was the one I've been working on a while back. It's the Atwood shawl. I did this small, and this is... And I didn't write down the yarn, but I know it is, why is that thing flashing? Okay, this is the Happy Feet Splash Colorway Crayon. I remembered it. I think it's Happy Feet. Is that what it's called? I'm sure y'all know what it is. Anyway, it's the small. I have not blocked it because I'm not wearing it. It's the middle of July. It's way too hot in Oklahoma. Way too hot. So I'll block it out when I get a couple more done. I'll block my shawls out and then I'll wear them in the fall. So this one, it turned out really, really small. I wish I would have done the large one. I realized a friend of mine, Paula, told me, yeah, 1 skein shawls are usually pretty small. If you want something to wrap around really good, you at least want to do a two skein shawl. Now I know that, so I will be doing that next time. But this one I love. It's so pretty, and it's hard to see in here because it is my room, and my walls are gray, so it's kind of hard to tell in the colors. But there's that, and it's got the pretty little yarn overs on the sides, and like I said, it's not blocked, so you can't see all of that. Once I block it, I'll put pictures on Instagram and stuff, but I got that one done. That is one finished object. And the other one is I did for the first time 2 at a time socks, toe up, which I've done toe up, but 2 at a time. Loved, loved, loved it. I probably will do 2 at a time from now on. Unless it's a really, no, I probably will do 2 at a time. But I made these into short socks. I've already worn them, so they're kind of stretched out at the top. But these are my Hermione's Everyday is the pattern. And I have worn them with my tennis shoes. And they're cute little things. I love them. They're just, I mean, they're literally almost the no-show. You can see like this much of the little ribbing right there. My little one's trying to come in. He will not stop. Okay, so those are my finished objects. The other thing I finished was a travel bag for my mother-in-law. And I'll have my husband put pictures in here because I've already given it to her. It was one of my project bags, but I made it for her traveling on her trips and stuff. So they'll go on vacation and things in different countries all the time for summer vacation. And she's now retired from being a school teacher. And they are planning her retirement holiday trip is they are going to go to Hawaii. She's planning on being on the beach the first day that she would normally be back to school teaching in August. So I just made her a bag to put all of her makeup and her, blow dryer and ironing tools for her hair and stuff like that in. But I'll put a picture of that in here. And then also I had shown some project bags that I've been making, and kind of like this big one back here on this side. I'll show you it in a minute. And they're like sweater size bags. They're like big bags. And I had been making those. And Amy from the Periscoping Sisters sent me a message on Instagram. I really want one of your bags. I want to buy one. I know you don't have an Etsy shop. And I was like, okay. So I sent her some pictures of different fabric choices, and she picked which one she wanted. And I sent it to her, and I surprised her and sent her some mini skeins and little mini skein balls of yarn, and a DPN case to match, and some stitch markers and stuff. So you've probably already seen that on the Periscoping Sisters because it's been a while since I did that. But I did that for her, and I loved it. And she is a wonderful, wonderful lady. I love watching her and her sister, and they're hilarious. And she's so sweet and kind. She's always given me comments on how beautiful things are that I'm doing. And I really appreciate what she said about my podcast on her podcast and about my bag making. And if you are interested in buying, I don't have an Etsy shop open yet. Maybe more towards the fall when I have more time for sewing. But if you do want to buy a bag or a DPN case or some stitch markers, just send me a private message on Instagram. And I can possibly get you something made, and I'll send you pictures and just do custom orders at that point. But if you're interested, no pressure or anything. Like I said, I don't even have an Etsy shop yet. So that is all of my FOs. I'm looking at my notes. I've got like a page of notes because I can't remember all this from the last 2 months. I have permanent mommy brain. My whips. Okay, first of all, this one in my large bag. I've actually put in a square and a part of a square on my Cozy Memories blanket. Okay, so let me get this out of here. So far, I don't even know where I showed y'all the last. Okay, so I've got, I can't even hold it right. All right, all of these squares across. This purple one I added, and I'm halfway done with this blue and gray that I added. So I'm going to take this. We are going on vacation next week. We're leaving a week from today with my in-laws, going on family vacation. So I'm taking this. I think I'm taking this with me. I know because it's all in one bag, and I know for sure I'm going to take a shawl that I'm working on with me. I'm hoping to have one of them, my next work in progress, done before I leave, and then I'm going to hopefully take a different one with me. So that's that work in progress. My other work in progress, which that one has been on the needles, for a while. I'm not considering that on the needles, even though it is. The only project I have going right now is my Because I Love You wrap by Amy Meeks, by Debbie and Amy, the Periscoping Sisters. It's their pattern. Oh my God, I love this pattern. So I have, let me show you where I'm at. Oh, goodness, I can unravel it all the way down. It's so pretty. So it starts here at this end and it goes all the way up, and there is the bridge middle section, and then I've just gotten to the other side. It's attached to my yarn, switching colors. Yes, Amy, I finally got it on the needles. I've had it on the needles a few weeks now. Couple weeks. I spend maybe 30 minutes. I mean, literally my knitting is like 30 minutes some nights none, and some nights up to an hour and a half, 2 hours, just according to what's on TV. So those are my two projects. I'm hoping to have this done, fingers crossed, before next Sunday, so I can have it finished off the needles and blocked before I leave town. Maybe not blocked. I have to borrow blocking mats. So that is the only thing I have works in progress on my needles, but I have a lot of stash enhancement to talk about. First off, my friend Jessica has been begging me to make her socks, and I told her I wouldn't make her socks out of my expensive yarn. It's expensive, and so I made her get on Etsy and order her own yarn and ship it to me. Haven't started them yet, but she's already been looking through patterns with me to see which ones she wants. I think she wants the blueberry waffles. That, or we may do another pattern that I'll talk about here in a little bit. Okay, so I ordered from Gail's Art. Everybody's heard of her, probably. Shiny Happy. It is 50% superwash merino, 50% silk. I know there's no nylon, but she probably won't wear these very often anyway. And it is called, oh, what was that color? Proud Peacock. Here's her card. And here is the yarn. I've already caked it up because I'm going to start her socks. Isn't that pretty? So that is her yarn for her socks. She bought that. And let's see, what's my next stash enhancement I had a certain order I wanted to go in these with. Let's see. Okay, the second thing is, it's some of this is stash, some of it's other things. This is like party my mailbox type thing. I did a podcaster swap with Tina from Tea House Knits, and this was put on by Devixta and Spicy Homemaker, and they asked me to join. I was super excited. It's been over for a little while. June 30th is when we had to have it mailed out by. So I received my package, and she's so cute how she wrapped this. She wrapped the stuff in paper, like, I guess it's scrapbooking type paper. So it looks like little presents, like little packages inside here. So I got these cute little buttons, and she sent a little note with them that these little buttons she made were out of some fabric from her curtains that she actually made herself. And so they're little buttons on the back, and I could probably use those for bags or put them on a shawl or something. I'm gonna find something to use them with. They're super duper cute. So she sent me that, and this was like a mini skein, mini small thing, so you didn't go out a lot out of your pocket for this. She sent me some tea, Numi Organic Jasmine Green Tea, and she sent me Golden Tian Hong, I think that's right. It's a Smaka Black. And this is so cool, and I haven't tried any because I wanted to show you guys. It is Harvey & Sons Master Tea Blenders. Look at that cool little tea bag. It's like a little sachet, but I've never seen tea like that. That is so awesome. So I saved all of them. I haven't even drank them because I wanted to show you guys. Plus, I drink tea like this more in the fall and the winter. It's too hot here for tea. Except for I say that, and I drink tea. I drink coffee in the evening. But my teas are like my winter thing. I love them, but they smell so good. And then she sent me some chocolates, which, yeah, long gone. They were gone in like the first week. And very last but not least, she sent me all of these. Oh, I can't show them like that. I'll hold them up because I haven't broken into any of them because I wanted to wait for my blanket. Look at all these mini skeins. Holy guacamole. Whoop. I dropped one. Hold on. Okay, I'm back. All these mini skeins. Oh my goodness. Handful. Loving them. So those are going to go in my bag. This is why I might want to take just that with me, or maybe I'll take another project, but I'm going to take that and maybe some socks or something with me. So that is from Tina. And then let's see, I also won a drawing, and I don't think I talked about this in the last podcast. It's been so long I can't even remember. From Amber at the her podcast is The Yarn Junkie. and I won a drawing for Mina's Beyond Vanilla Part 1 sock pattern. So I won the pattern on that. That's the other sock pattern I was going to have my friend look at for her socks, because I'm making me a pair of socks out of that. So I won that. And then also I purchased some yarn. So I showed you Jessica's yarn, right? I purchased from Ladybug Fibers, Fiber Company. I had not purchased any sparkly yarn myself. It is from Ladybug Fiber Company on Etsy. And this is kettle dyed yarn, and it's superwash, 75% superwash merino, 20% nylon, 5% stellina. Oh no, 20%. Yeah, that's right. And 435 yards, 100 grams. She also sent me this adorable, which you can barely see it, ladybug stitch marker. Is that not the cutest little thing you've ever seen? So I haven't even used that because I wanted to show you. So here is the yarn. Ooh, you can see the sparkles. And it's kind of funny because I'd had Jessica's yarn in a bag, not paid attention to it, not really even looked at it much after I got it in and showed her. And when I went to cake my yarn up, I said, oh my. Well, you can tell we're friends, and you could tell we like the same colors, because other than stellina and nylon in this one, and this one's silk, they are very, very, and in person even more, because one caked up differently than the other, so similar in colors. Seriously. So the only way I can really tell the difference is mine has stellina, and I have to keep it in a separate bag or I'll forget, but I know I have stellina. So we're going to get socks out of those. That I purchased, two things I purchased was that, and I went ahead, my middle daughter and I watched Gilmore Girls a little bit, not much back in the day. I know, slap me, right? And so we've been Netflixing? That's not a word. We've been going crazy on Netflix and watching Gilmore Girls from season 1, episode 1. Loving it. And now I just heard they're coming out with new episodes. She was so excited. So I was scrolling through Etsy like I do, and I saw this mini skein set. It's Simple Love hand painted bags and yarn, and she has a Simple Love podcast. And Ravelry, it's Amber Crawley, and she is truesimplelove.etsy.com, and her name is Amber, and there is her card. It's kind of hard to see. Sent me a little note with it, and I ordered her Watching Gilmore Girls mini skein set. Oh yes I did. Oh, I'm losing them. Oh yes I did. All the characters, and she sent this cute little progress keeper with it. I have more to put into my blanket. I'm so excited. So I got that from her. So this is why I might want to take my blanket with me, because I have lots more mini skeins to add to what I already had. Rustling going back in the package. Okay, so that, and then I also have that's all my stash enhancement stuff. So my next project that will be going on the needles after the Because I Love You wrap, and after that wrap, I think I'm done with wraps until the fall. I have to start in September or October for Christmas knitting, because I've been saying I'm going to for like 3 months. Nothing. No one has anything made yet. So this will be my last selfish knitting. My socks and that shawl or wrap. It will be the last selfish knitting. It is Amy and Debbie's collaboration on there. Because I love the Random Act of Color wrap. Amy's already seen these. So these, and this is not showing up. This is like reds and pinks and whites. It's like not showing up at all. It looks awful. But I put it on Instagram. Like this teal turquoise and this gray. And I think it's because the wall behind me, it just doesn't look very pretty. But these are my colors. These two are Knit Picks Gloss Fingering. Kenai is the colorway for the green, and Sterling is the color for the gray. And this is the one I've been holding on to forever. It is Zen Yarn Garden Serenity 20. 70% superwash merino, 20% cashmere, 10% nylon. And it is red jasper. So that one is my pop of color for that. And random act of color wrap, Debbie and Amy have sent me a copy and a copy to give away to you guys. So I had put on Ravelry a thread. And my Ravelry is Crafty Kara. The Ravelry group is Crafty Kara. And I had put a prompt on there to tell me your favorite things to knit in the summer or favorite things to do in the summer. And I closed it, said I was going to close it June 30th. Well, the only people that knew was just a few that saw it scroll through on their Instagram. So I've only got a few in there that's entered. I'm going to leave it for a couple more weeks till July 30th. Since I have not podcasted, I don't feel that's fair to all my podcasters. So I am going to go ahead and leave it open for a few more weeks and see if anybody else is interested in putting their entry in there. If not, then the lucky ladies in there will be able to do the drawing that have put theirs in already. And if it happens to be one of you guys that's already in there, and I already know who it is, the number of people that have entered, then I will give you an extra little something whenever I send it to you if you guys are the winner on that. So that is open on Ravelry. And my camera's probably shaking. My other cat is now on the bed licking her feet and her tail. This is their room they hang out in. So that is all of the mail love, mailbox love, email box love. I mean, that's all of everything of that. Next is exciting news. I got invited to join a Ravelry group called Yarnatopia. It's Yarnatopia. Yarnatopia. And I looked at it and I thought, okay, well, that's pretty cool. So I got invited to a group, and I looked at it and I went and read her comments on her post on her Ravelry group. And OMG. We are getting a new local yarn store. It is opening in October. My husband does not know this. He is just now finding out as he is editing. It is off of a street, Western. He knows where that's at. About 5 miles from my house. This is awesome. And they're talking about maybe doing like a knit night there, you know, I don't know, like once a month or something. A bunch of people have been commenting about things like that on there. What kind of yarn are you going to have? Are you going to have knitting things? So I am super excited about that. Just to get to have one that's close to here, you know. So if you need a set of needles, you don't have to order them online. You can just run over there and get them. And it doesn't cost you a bunch because there's no shipping and this and that and blah, blah, blah. So super duper excited about that. Can't wait. My friend Paula, who lives probably a mile from there, mile and a half from there, said, oh my God, this is bad. This could get us in so much trouble. I was like, yeah, it really could. Waffles, do not get on the yarn. Okay. So that's the exciting news for yarn. All of that said, all of that done, now is on to family time. If anybody is done yarn, crafting, whatever, thank you for watching. The rest of this is family fun, hilarious Kara time. Yeah, so the last 2 months, starting Memorial Day weekend. Well, first of all, we had a plugged line in our bathroom. My husband had to sewer type line, like toilet line, like it was backing up in the shower. Disgusting stuff. Well, we had friends over for Memorial Day weekend and did a cookout and blah, blah, blah. Well, of course, you have friends over for holiday weekend. You don't go to bed early. So it's 1, 2 o'clock in the morning when they left. You know, they brought their kids over. We had our kids. It's my oldest daughter's boyfriend. It's his parents, which we're really good friends with, which is great. Keep an eye on both of them. So we had them over and it all gets clogged. Well, my husband gets it unclogged. I don't even, no, we didn't get it unclogged that night. He got it like took the toilet plunger and went in the shower and got it down out of there and cleaned all that out. The next day he had to go to work. It was on Saturday. Or maybe. Is that right? Is that Saturday Memorial Day weekend? No. He had to go do something Saturday. Anyway, he came back home and he fixed the toilet. He had to he tried it with a snake, went and bought a snake, couldn't get it cleaned out, went through the back line, the clean out line, couldn't get it fixed. So he went and bought, and he said, don't forget to mention this. It's a tool that's got like an arrow on the end of it, and it's like a long round, it twists up into like it's metal, I don't even know how to explain it. It twists up into a loop and it is called the Turd Slayer. Actually, I don't think that's what it's called. I don't even know what it's called, but that's what he wants to call it. It's the Turd Slayer. That may be what it's called, but it's disgusting. So, needless to say, we got the clog undone at like 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning that weekend. It was ridiculous. So we got it done because it started before Memorial Day weekend. It was like on Tuesday or something it happened. He fixed it. Then it happened again like on Friday or Saturday night when they came over to hang out, and that was at 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning when he had to go out there. That was not cool. So that happened Memorial Day weekend. Let's see, we built on an existing back patio table he had made me out of our reclaimed fence. He had added pickets on when we did our other part, our back fence. The table was made out of the side fence, and we painted them, and there'll be pictures of all this on here at the end. I painted them, and he put a little shepherd's hook on it to put a bird feeder on, and then he made a little birdhouse for my middle daughter Lauren and Jackson, my little one, to paint. So they painted a birdhouse, and it's hanging next to it on the fence, and I'll put all that in here. So we did that, and so that was something fun. And then the garden, holy crap, I've gotten one squash out of the garden. Like I said, we planted everything late except for the tomatoes. My tomatoes, we've got our old existing dog run cage around it because we don't use it, and we planted them in there. Those tomatoes, I will put pictures, I'm not joking you, they're over 6 foot tall. It is ridiculous. I only have 3 tomato plants. Utterly ridiculous. Looks like a freaking jungle. My husband took pictures of me standing in it, and it looks like a freaking jungle. So I've got I've got hundreds of green tomatoes, and I've had quite a few red tomatoes that I couldn't even eat all. Me and my kids couldn't eat all of them. My husband hates tomatoes. But we've got a gazillion tomatoes. So Mama's gonna have to start making some fried green tomatoes. I forgot to empty my recycle bin. I had some, my son. Sorry guys, I forgot to empty it, so it cut me off on recording. Anyway, tomato pictures I'm putting in there. They're ridiculous. Looks like a jungle. I mean, outrageous. I got my hair colored. I don't know. It's straight. You can't really tell. I've got some highlights in my bangs. And, well, it's all over my hair. You can't really tell. Yeah, because it's too dark in here. Oh, well. And I'm getting it done again, hopefully on my birthday. So it'll be a few more weeks. I'll get my hair done and it'll even be lighter. I have to go slowly so my hair don't fall out. Coloring it so much. But I have no more gray. So excited. No more gray. Okay, so my hair colored, and my oldest daughter's birthday was she turned 15 July 2nd. She had a little sleepover with some friends, and her boyfriend came over. And no, he did not sleep over. His parents came, oh, cattail, kitty. So he came over, we invited his parents over, and my friend Jessica came over. She has the game Cards Against Humanity. So we all hung out, and he went home when his parents went home. And then the other girls stayed the night. But Cards Against Humanity, oh my gosh, if you have not played this game, warn you, children should not play this game. I don't even think this is appropriate for some high school kids. I mean, it says on the box 17 and up. So, honestly, 17 and up. Please, people, please. There's things in here that we didn't know what they were. And we had to Google them, and we're like, what is that? Hilarious. Pretty dirty. I'm talking rated R, definitely. And, of course, you add in friends playing it, and it gets a little worse. So we were laughing. My husband was laughing so hard he had tears rolling down his face, and he said he told me later, he said, I think I almost passed out. I laughed so hard. I was like, oh my god, this is crazy. So we definitely will be playing that again, and in the future we probably will be purchasing that game because it is awesome to play with adults. It's Apples to Apples, the card game. If you ever played it, that's our family game. If you've ever played Apples to Apples, and add an R rating to it. That's what it is. Lots of fun. Add a little beer to it, and the ones that are, I didn't even drink, but the ones that are drinking, then it's really funny. So that was my daughter's, she had her party, we had our adult hangout, and then that way we could keep an eye on the teenagers, but we could have fun too, and then that way they weren't around when we were playing. The younger kids, we rented them a movie. They're off in the other room watching the movie. And the big kids are swimming in the pool in the backyard while we're on the patio playing our game. So they can't hear, but we can watch what they're doing in the pool, teenagers. So it's like, this is how it works. Lots of fun. We all had our own little group to hang out in. It was a lot of fun. Kitty, quit knocking on my computer. That cat. So that happened, and then we had 4th of July. Her birthday's the 2nd. We had 4th of July. We had neighbors and family over for a cookout. We did a little cookout. And then we watched the fireworks, and right straight down our street we can see the Downtown Moore fireworks, which from our house. So we don't even have to go with all the traffic and everything else. We can watch it right here and then go in and go to bed when we're done. So we watched that. My other cat's on my notes. Kenny, hi, there she is. Waffles. Oh, no, don't step on the computer. You'll stop it recording. Here she is. She got sick, and I had to take her to the vet. She had a UTI. She's 3, never peed anywhere but her litter box, and when she was peeing on the end of my bed, it was either go outside or go to the vet. I couldn't put her outside. It's too hot. She's never been out a day in her life. So my girl had to go to the vet and get a shot, 2 shots. She had a UTI, so she was pretty miserable. She wasn't even being herself. During the day, she normally sleeps like on my bed at night and stuff, and she peed on the bed a couple times, and I got onto her. So she went and got, good thing I have a mattress cover. She went and would sleep on the couch and wouldn't even come in the bedroom with us, and she sleeps right next to me. So it was very sad. Yeah, it was sad, wasn't it, Waffles? So we got that birthday party, 4th of July. And 4th of July, we found a dog. It came up to our house. Best dog in the world. Sit, stay, lay down, shake with the other paw, all this kind of stuff. Well, I noticed he had a little number tattoo on his belly. He was a rescue, had been at the pound, and somebody had adopted him. Well, I went through the pound and on their website and put lost dog. Well, they matched me up with someone. He lived 2 miles from here, and lo and behold, we got him back home on the 5th of July. He showed up the 3rd of July. Actually, it was like 2 o'clock in the morning, 1 o'clock in the morning on 4th of July. So it was between the 3rd and the 4th. He lives in a neighborhood with 5 acres, and they were shooting fireworks off, and his daddy was out of town, but the kids were there at the house, and I guess they had all went to work and went to friends' houses and things like that, and forgot to put him in the house, and didn't think about it with the fireworks because it wasn't the 4th, but people were out there shooting them off, and it scared him, and he took off running. He's terrified of them. So he showed up at our house, and we're like, nope, can't. We have 4 dogs. It's like, we can't have another dog, but we can't leave this poor dog out here. So we brought him in. By the end of this, from the 4th through 4th of July to the 5th. We only had him the 5th. In 2 days, we wanted to get rid of all 4 of our dogs and keep this dog. This dog's 10 times better than ours. So we got his owners, and come to find out, one of the boys went to school since 2nd grade with my oldest daughter. I'm like, ding dong. How did you not realize that this was his dog? Did he not post it on Facebook? She went back and pulled his Facebook. Oh yeah, he posted it on the 5th. It's like, or the 4th, I was like, yeah, why don't you look at your Facebook more often? So, but we got him back home. His owners were so happy. So it was our good deed. We got him back home, and he's happy, and we're happy because we did not want to take him to the pound. He was such a good dog, and we can't have 5 dogs in town. Not supposed to. And we couldn't have 5 dogs. I have 3 kids and 2 cats and 4 dogs. That's plenty. So we got him home. He's happy. And then we got, on 4th of July, the plumbing clogged again. My husband and I had to go out again, 4th of July, that night, at like midnight that night, and clean out the clog again. My husband swears it's got to be one of Jackson's toys, like his little G.I. Joe men or Army men or some kind of Lego or something turned sideways in the line, and it just keeps getting clogged with stuff. I'm hoping we got it this time because it was a lot more water flows down when we got it through there. So I'm really hoping we got it. But it seems to happen on holiday weekend. You don't want to call a plumber on holiday weekend. It's like twice the price it is during the week. So I told him, if you can get it cleared out for us for the week, then I'll call him. And then I forgot. So it's a mystery. It really is a mystery of why it keeps getting clogged. But we're thinking it might be a kid's toy. And it's always 1 or 2 in the morning. It's way too late to be up messing with the poop in the line. But other than that, I'm being summoned Hold on, buddy. I'm signing off with all my friends. Hold on. Other than that, I'm being summoned by my 4-year-old. He sounds like he's dying through the door. So, and we have a church picnic this afternoon. So I have to go for now. Other than that, I'll let you know of any more fun, fascinating things, and hopefully it will be in the next couple weeks. I'll have a podcast up. I should have a bunch more interesting things for you guys, and hopefully some more finished objects. He's kicking the door. I've got to go. Thanks, guys. Have a great weekend. Bye.